Hey Rebels. Okay, so it's a different energy today. It is such a different energy today. I am definitely feeling this energy that someone, and not just someone, a lot of people are so tired. Yes, we can talk about what's happening in the world, but this seems to be a more personal atmosphere of being tired. So I just wanted to pull out some of these cards. I have no clue where we're going, how we're doing this. I'm feeling a lot of disorderly conduct. And it's crazy, right? Not in the sense of, oh, disorderly conduct. Somebody's outside and someone's drunk. Oh my goodness, life is not perfect. The fuck shit that the LOW. Mm, the LAW, see, that's what I meant to spell, the LAW can be, and how it takes words that should be basic comprehension and make them such violating things to look at. So disorderly, what does disorderly means? Not organized. It's not in order. Conduct, that's your behavior. Now, disorderly conduct, when we're looking at the LAW, disorderly conduct is usually seen as such a violation of it's a misdemeanor type thing. It's such a violation of, oh my God, damnation type thing, right? But if you look into the radius of your personal life, there's disorderly conduct within your personal life all the time. And yeah, I'm hearing it. So being told that disorderly conduct is something that is really fucking you up and fucking you over, because in your life you have set things in such a structure that things can be almost done in repetition, being done repeatedly, being done as the norm. But and even the little smallest thing can come along to knock the chain up off the wheels. Um, Sorry, not the chain up off the tracks, but it's nothing to put it back together. So to take that thought, and hopefully you're following me, that your life is in such an order that you understand yourself so well. You understand those moving pieces around you, even if those moving pieces around you are other people, that you understand them in a way that you know yourself and how they will react, how they will respond, or how this thing will move if your effort is put in, if your dismissal is had, if you remove yourself, however you decide to choose you. Even if you can't predict what's going to happen, you understand the energy that is being lost, even from those in those spaces that didn't take the time out to think to themselves what it would be like to lose you. And it's been a lot of loss. And I'm trying not to cry right now. It's been a lot of painful loss because people have been taking loss when it comes to you, even though for you there has been no intentions of making somebody lose. You're just plain and simple choosing you, and you're watching people walk right into the demise, being a death, meeting a rebirth, but you don't know if their death is going to lead them to a rebirth, because you understand as well how much of it is not your business to stick around, fuck around, wait around, and find out. You have to watch the train wreck from someplace else. Matter of fact, you're not even turned towards the train wreck. Your back is so far at distance from this train wreck that if the train wreck was to even meet where you are, it would have to come in the form of echoes. So many people you love, opportunities that you believed in, have taken L's versus believing in you. Now I understand the tears. Versus in believing in you. You have not known loyalty here on earth. You have known temporary this, temporary that, um, hope, investment. You have known what it is like to have, what is that word? It's right there. And it's fighting so hard not to come out. You have known what it's like to have expectations, to respect yourself, and expectations that other people have of you so that you can show respect to them. But yet, have you ever heard someone say, you don't respect what I've been through? Like they want you to bow down to the fight that they had to have versus them realizing that no, you do respect what they've been through. That's why you respect their boundaries, not them as a person. You respect their boundaries, but they want you to respect the entirety of them when you're not even engaged in the entirety of them, when you don't even know the entirety of them. I had this conversation with a male um, friend, acquaintance. I don't know what to even call him now because after this conversation, I didn't feel safe. You know, we were having a okay, channeling. Okay, this tends to happen over here. It's okay, rebels. Um, rebel on. Um, we were having this conversation about what he was listening to on his 15-hour road trip. He wasn't listening to his audiobooks. He was listening to Pandora. And Pandora opened up a box for him because everything was romantic, groove theory, just smooth music, letting him coast, baby, let's cruise with Smokey Robinson or D'Angelo type thing, right? And yeah, I'm definitely trying hard to romanticize it because it's going to take a fucking turn in a second. Then we'll get to these in just a moment. And he said there was a lot of romantic songs playing and everything, and possibly because Valentine's Day, and I hope everybody had a very revealing Valentine's Day. Why do we say happy in front of every holiday? Like, no, a very revealing Valentine's Day. And he said out of all the romantic music, all of a sudden they played this King Von song. And I was like, King Von song in the midst of love song? He was like, yeah, it was a love song. I was like, wait, King Von got love songs? He said, yeah. I was like, so what was the love song about? He said, he said that the King Von song was about King Von meeting this girl in the hood. He was able to tell her everything. He was able to open up himself and be vulnerable with her, that she was special. And then he left to go do something that I don't know if this actually had go. I'm kind of ad-libbing because I don't listen to King Von like that. No, yeah. Puppy power, leave that shit alone. I'm a pound puppy in comparison. We not even gonna go down that route. If you know pound puppies, you know exactly what I'm saying. Assume it to be what you think that it should be. But anyway, back to King Von. And he said that he said that King Von found out that this chick was sliding on him, that she was cheating on him type thing. And I was like, so was they together? He was like, nah, you don't think they was together. They was just talking. I was like, oh. And then what he do? He said King Von got mad and, he hit him up and her. I was, okay. And leave it in the comments. Is that actually how the story went? Or did he just, I don't know. Anyway, so based off of what he said, because once again, I don't listen to King Von. I'm just purely going off of what this man shared with me about his interpretation. Because remember, music is for interpretation. And how you perceive yourself in the music is your story. So I shared with him my experience, right? Obviously, I'm a lady, I'm a woman, okay? And due to my experience from the lifestyle that I've come from the lifestyles that I've been able to experience, and due to the song, that the way that he interpreted the song to share with me, I gathering and I collect. I was like, oh, I understand it because he didn't understand why King Von got so mad. It was just me and yeah, well, your bitches just shouldn't be fucking with other dude. Well, but what you told me was that wasn't his bitch, right? That was just some chick that he was talking. Now let's understand this. When it comes down to a certain caliber of males, men, however you identify them, no, we're not talking about masculine energy. No, we're talking about males. Those things with the Peter whackers in between their legs, okay? Third leg beings. We're not gonna, no disrespect in anything I'm about to say because there are levels to this and you only feel that it's disrespect if you're at that level and you cannot see beyond that level to understand that there is more for you to have options of, for you to choose how you are going to dress yourself, your character, your internal as well as your external. You followed it. If you did, I'm pretty sure you still feel disrespected about what I'm going to say. But anyway, so what it is that I told this guy was, I know those type of guys. Those type of guys, there are a lot of them. The majority of guys are these guys. That's why you have those guys who you can qualify as good guys, who he good with his wife. His wife is his best friend. His wife is his everything. Like it stopped there with her. Okay. Now, the type of guy that I'm about to describe anyway, the type of guy that I'm about to describe is the type of guy, which every guy is this type of guy, right? There, let's start. There's a guy. Just focus on one. There is a guy who, well, no, when it comes down to males, they have been conditioned not to be open, be vulnerable, be fit to be feminine. They have been conditioned to not be a lot of things under this crown of entitlement and royalty that they just feel that they are birthed to be. They feel that they just have that right? I'm taking it as slow as I can. I wish I could go a little bit faster, but I understand. So they're born into this right of entitlement. And we can definitely look at it. It is the patriarchy, right? And so for them to encounter, I'm not going to say find, encounter themselves in a space with a woman, a female gender, okay? And please, let's keep this at, legal age. Let's do 18 and up, 21 and up. Let's do 21 and up. I still feel like 18 is too low. Let's do 21 and up, right? And if you really want to be a very great citizen, let's say 25 and up. I had a discussion with y'all later where I think the legal age limit should be 25. But anyway, so 21 and up, right? And I'm going to say guys, even in their teens, experience this with girls. So just a male in general. They encounter females, and the female makes them feel safe. That female makes them, at the same time while she makes them feel safe, she makes him feel uncomfortable because they don't get to have these conversations with other males. They get judged based off of being willing to have these conversations with whomever they have conversations with. So back to King Von. What I interpret from that was that King Von put whatever dude you want to in King Von's situation. Don't come for me. Anyway, so King Von, or any guy you would like to put in that position, he is going to encounter many women, many females, many girls even, who are going to bring enlightenment into his life to make him feel like it just because she gave him the answer to something that he just knows everything that it took to get to that point. She's going to help him see things about himself that he does not feel safe letting anyone else see. And so for him to, now remember, he encounters many female. He encountered, whether you want to look at it in categories like, oh yeah, I got a female I could talk to about sports. I got a female I could talk to about food. I got a female I could talk to about shoes, this, that, and other. He got a female for everything. But there's this one particular female, and they usually call her, because there's categories of this. There's categories of the one who got away. Now got away from you because you didn't get to finish her by doing what is the question. It's not usually she got away and I really wanted to stay with her and I really wanted to do right. No, she got away from something. Okay, so King Von met this King Von or whatever guy you're gonna put right there. His character met a chick who could take all the other aspects that the other females that he had, each one, he found one who knew about all the stuff that they knew about and more. And she didn't apply pressure and she made him feel safe. So, then we go around to how males are territorial. They're possessive. You gotta be theirs. It's their right. It's their responsibility that if they choose you, you are to condition yourself to mold to his style and his stilo. So anyway, to the song. I was trying to express to this guy who was taking a 15-hour drive why it is that King Von felt that it was necessary to pop her or dude or however the hell the story went. I've never heard the song. I don't want to listen to it. Anyway, and to him it was just like, nah, that was his girl. So his girl, she should have known better. Do fuck you, because it's her life. Remember how we started out this whole channeling message? It's her life. She get to make the choices that she get to make for her, and he needs to go fuck around and figure out what the hell he gonna do with himself now that she's no longer a part of him. okay, or a part of his life willing to collaborate. Anyway, what happened, what I was expressing to him is when it comes down to males, when it comes down to men, they, as much as they want something in life, they can never admit to it, no matter what that something is. But just know that they're going to title that something feminine. If they can never admit to themselves that they want it because of how the brotherhood will look at them, they are going to identify it as feminine. Because if I can't say to my brothers what I want, then it must be feminine. If I'm scared to tell males how I feel about this, then it must be feminine. Red Rover, Red Rover. So what I was trying to explain for the 11th time, too, because I feel they don't want me. It was such a blowout. It was such a blowout. Because I literally had to tell this friend, in order for you to understand what I'm trying to explain to you, I had no disrespect. I would have to bird feed you. Because due to and he did say, this is due to my morals, due to his morals, due to his principles, that he has been conditioned to feel, are not to be changed, and that are to be kept in place. He can't expand his mind to see that what it is that I'm saying is correct or even an option, right? I began to feel unsafe with him because I clearly told him before even telling him, hey, I'm sitting you over here. As a man, however you want to say, I'm sitting you over here. Now I'm going to talk about the rest of the world. I just need you to take your looking glass. I need you to look at what it is I'm seeing. And I told him, like, I've been that female. I've been that one that so many guys were able to come to and talk to, that they were even looking at themselves crazy, that they started, going crazy on themselves and being, what did we say? Showing disorderly conduct within their own business. That street slang stuff. They were showing disorderly conduct within their own ways of being. They were seeing themselves differently because, like, man, I love the fact she can see me. I love the fact she know what I'm talking about. But I'm supposed to control her. She's not supposed to be able to see me vulnerable like this. They question, when you meet this type of guy, or if you are this guy, if you are meeting this type of female that I'm stressing to you that I have, that I've been, that I still am, I just don't accept the guys coming in and, want to talk. Nah, keep that shit to yourself, okay? I can be her. I just choose not to be. Anyway, when you meet this type of guy, you're going to see the nervousness on his face. You're going to realize that energy of him. Man, I know I can talk to her, but should I tell her what's on my mind? What if she judges me? What if she pushes me away? What if she tells on me? Man, what if my boys find out? What if they know? What if she turn around and go tell somebody else but for them to open up to you and you not cater to the fear of actually telling on them, snitching on them, revealing their secrets, you actually hold that? Yeah, he gonna respect you. But I'm not saying he gonna make you his wife. I'm not saying confirmation. I'm not saying that you're gonna be his end all be all. Because he still has an aesthetic about him that he's in conflict trying to uphold. Now you have opened up a gate for this person to see that there is more than what the hell it is that they have been living. And due to your love and light, I'm telling them, okay, will it in. Due to your love and light, they think that you always going to keep things copacetic. They always think that you're going to keep things, love and light, groovy, man. We're going to, be like the hippies, man. Whether I'm under some type of substance or not, man, I'm always like this. And so the moment that you not even switch up on them, but the moment you decide to pull an aspect of you out to say, we ain't doing this no more. Well, I'm not doing this no more. Because though you see me as a peaceful place, though you see that you can come and confide in me, there is something about you that still feel like you need to run my ass over, that you need to dog me out. You don't respect me. You don't care about making me feel safe. You care about making yourself feel safe, even from something that makes you feel safe. Wow. And I feel like that whole King Von thing, that's how, not saying King Von whole story, just what I've shared here. That's how a lot of you are feeling right now. You have been such a safe space for so many people. Yeah, 20-minute rant, 21 seconds, whatever. You have been such a safe space for so many people. You have not been trying to violate them. You have not been trying to get any kickback. If there was any kickback that was deemed, we coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but we didn't. You have been disrespected for the sake of sport. How fucked up their belief is to feel just because you are a kind-hearted person, that because you lived in this love and light, that there wasn't a shadow of darkness in you that got you to this point to say, you know what, I'm tired. I'm tired. I am tired of staying always in my dark, having a battle and battle and battle. I am tired of always having to be in my light and having to just, oh, I forgive you. I love you. Love and peace, no war. I love you. Spirit is saying, get to that place where I don't give don't know what that clapping, that sound was. Spirit said, get there. Get there. That's not a spanking her ass. It might be a kick in her ass. The Spirit said, get there. You know the boundaries. You know the LOW. You know the LAW. You know. And you also know how to keep yourself safe. But there has been this beast inside of you. I know. That beast inside of you. They say, Mug, if I let this motherfucker loose, if I let loose the Kraken, will I be able to catch this mug again? Will I be able to catch it and put it back where it needs to go and put this mug back to rest if I let it out just for a brief moment? I'm not telling you when, I'm not telling you how, I'm not telling you what the why is gonna be. But Spirit say the time is coming and that there's a reason for it. Now I can't tell you what it is. Cause just cause. But Spirit said, let's jump into this. So we have the blender, juicer, ingredients right here. You've been ripped, you've been pulled to shreds. There's been not just you, but so many things that's just been pulled to shreds, where even if we are to say the rules are the same across the board, it's like you had to copy, glue, and paste in so many places that while you're doing all this and trying to make this shit make sense, you got to remember to come back to you. The world is chaotic. Other people are chaotic. Remember to come back to you, no matter what speed they put you on, no matter the things that's been thrown in. And you got control over this. You got control over the mechanics. You can blend this motherfucker. You can juice this motherfucker. It don't matter. You got control over the mechanics, because other motherfuckers don't have control over themselves. And that's what Spirit has been trying to show you this whole time. I'm ready to cry again. Spirit has said, it's been waiting for you to understand. Other people ain't got control over themselves. So while you out here, each one teach one, trying to teach one, and staying around like was said earlier, you have not known loyalty. Because other people ain't got control over themselves. They don't realize as much as they want you to identify them as that. In order for them to identify themselves as that, they need to be able to convince you. They need to be able to convince you that you are convinced with what it is that they want to convince themselves with. Other people ain't in control. So regardless, the ingredients that they put in you, or try to bring it to your space, or that you even meet them with to nurture them to say, hey, I had this same bullshit too. You got to realize they are not in control of themselves. You do not. And that was the other message to the buddy of mine, or who, I don't know what to call him, that I was trying to have based around the King Von thing. Because that's what it didn't even piss me off. It was one of them run. Hide your wives, hide your kids. This dude ain't safe. And it hurt me to feel like, man, he ain't safe after as long as I know him. Like I said before, I placed him over here and said, hey, I'm putting you over here. Just look at what I'm about to lay out. This has nothing to do with you. Stay the fuck out of it. You're an audience member. Observe. And as I was explaining to him that, because he was denying, nah, dudes don't have females like that they confide into. Nah, ain't no dude ever gonna open up theyself that much. I'm telling you my experience as a female. Guys do it all the time. They will even deny and they will even lie about what they were doing with that time that they spent with that woman. They will deny the investment that she has applied into him just to hold up his kingdom. Oh, nah, mug, I got all this figured out. I don't need no woman or no female or no girl to teach me nothing. This, this person who I sat over here in the corner and told him just watch, decides to implement himself in here and walk his happy-go-lucky ass over here and say, nah, dudes don't do that. Nah, you can't tell me. You don't know where I'm from. You don't, excuse me. So you are one of those guys who, whenever someone is speaking about the maturity, you jump yourself up in there to say, not all dudes. Not all dudes. He then turned around and said to me, well, why you get to say all women? Okay, let's briefly go through that so we can get back to what Spirit said. Okay. Let's make this clear, and if it needs to be repeated on another time, we definitely will, because we have no problem with it. But yet and still, we don't like to repeat ourselves, so therefore we're gonna make this quick. Women have my personal, right? I, as a woman, have been conditioned that anything that I enjoy in peace, I need to make sure that I can enjoy safely in peace. Anything that I don't enjoy obviously does not bring me peace. We live in a world of a patriarchy, and everything that a woman does, even within her happy moments or her seemingly happy moments, she has strategized to herself how much she can give and how much she has to hold back in order to keep herself safe. For instance, there was a young lady years ago and one most recently last year who got red rummed on her work site. Whether she was better than the guy, whether she was having better conversations, we don't know why she was red rummed. This is women's possibilities every day. Look at what's happening in the outwardly world. It is women's possibility every day. And due to a male hearing someone talk about another male, even if it's not him, there is this switch inside of a male's body. If he has not worked on demolishing that switch, there's a switch inside of a male's body that when he hears a male did this, he will come and run to the defense, because that's how he's been conditioned to do. Women have learned to get to the point of saying, you know what, as long as I've known you, I have to make peace with the fact that you switched up with me, only if it's only for this moment. It happens all the time. You hear about, oh yeah, I was friends with him for 20, 30 years, and then one day he said this thing and I had to cut him off. Because in that moment, she felt around and realized just off of this aspect of him, he's no longer safe. Yeah. So most things that women hear about happening to other women, it has happened to them. It has happened to women that they know. It has been their experience with the patriarchy of masculinity that is trying to scare them into silence, into submission, into slavery, into so many snake-like things. So yes, it was very disappointing for me to experience this male person that I know, and just how easily I was telling him about my experience with males and how you as a male do not know how other males show up in their every aspect of life. There are men out here who are literally having sex with women who they will not claim in public, but they would disrespect her. to the point that this woman would be ready to red rum herself. And he would deal with whatever he feels about it in silence, but never will admit to it. Now, the reason why men cannot say, that it's not all men is because, once again, this is a secret. It's a secret society. It's secret. They're not allowed to do anything that may be categorized as feminine. Now that we got that out the way, class. Anyway, you are a mechanic. You are a mechanic. So it says, have you listened or have you demanded to be heard? All right, these are your mechanics. Pace. So pace yourself. All right, we're just gonna, fitness. I did not look at the options. Cover up. But Bible, yeah, yep. 12. Okay, call ID over here. Okay. I'm putting them where they telling me to put them. I'm just right here. And spiraling. Okay, right there. All right. We got a couple minutes to go through this, and not everything that I just said. And they want these two right here with each other. So this is your mechanics, right? You're equipped. Have you? Like, have you listened to what's going on around you? Have you paid attention to everything that got you to this point of you being in conflict? Like, I feel like your body, like you're saying who you are, you're speaking who you are, you're even silent about who you are because you know that you can't share everything with everybody. Have you been listening? Have you been paying attention? And I feel like that's what it is that you've been doing for these past couple of years. And it's like you're tired of listening. You're tired of hearing it. You're tired of the same old ring around the rosy type stuff. And it says, or have you demanded to be heard? So you've been going through life. And this does not necessarily have to be about a female. I mean, this could definitely be about a male who's comfortable with his feminine energy, and he's being judged. He's being pulled apart. People, they are trying. So this is just for those who are okay with their feminine natures, their feminine abilities. Male, female, doesn't fucking matter. Have you demanded to be heard? And it doesn't mean that you have to use your words. Yes, when you use your words, realize what level of intellect you are speaking to. Be respectful towards them, because that was something else that the guy said to me. Like, he said to me at the end of the conversation, he was like, you got issues, you an issue. Okay, I'll be that. I understand I am an issue. Hell, I'm pretty sure whoever made it up to this file, somebody like, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I'm not scared. Ain't nothing to be scared about. These are issues. Issues being, these are different conversations that need to be had. We've been having all these conversations about male versus female, having all these conversations about baby daddies, having all these conversations that's just keeping everybody stuck. But have you demanded to be heard? And all what we need to understand, being heard can be as loud as your silence. Move. I walk this way. I walk this way. Talk this way. Just give me a kiss. Yeah, kiss. Let them kiss their own ass. Okay? Demand to be heard. Let your actions speak for you. All right? Because we got a spiral of shit that's been. Okay, so for those, and the table is here. 12 Angry Jurors. 12 Angry Jurors is a movie that has been remade. It was black and white. It was about, the whole movie is seeing these 12 jurors at this table. A boy is on trial. He can't speak for himself. There's other people who claim to know what had happened, but this happened at night. There was trains. There was all types of distraction and stuff going on. The boy is saying clearly he didn't do it. And then you got 12 people who are considered his peers, because this is a young boy. These are grown men. This was when before women were even allowed to be on the jury. They were 12 men of his peer group, meaning men. And each one of these men had their own opinion, and they also didn't even, some of them didn't even have an opinion. This one guy, he was trying to get to a baseball game. He didn't give a damn. He was like, go ahead and kill the boy. Just go ahead and off him. I'm trying to get to this baseball game. Another guy, he was foreign. He had a foreign language that English was his second language. So therefore, he was just, and I had a friend who just told me that, he only been here since early 2000s. So a lot of stuff that's happening, he's not familiar. But yet and still, they allowed this person who was a foreigner, who was not familiar with the LAW, to be a part of this juror. And you have to see it. It's a table conversation of trying to bring together these people. I keep on turning this, options card, to bring these people to come down to one conclusion. And they went over and over and over, and there was arguments had. There was about to be a fight that was had. There was just, to get so many people, even a dozen people, to agree on one thing, the ins and outs that you have to go through to get back to yourself. Remember, you are the mechanic of this. You have a role to play, and your role is so valuable. So when I heard someone say that they're tired, don't give up. Don't give up. You are very much so needed. You are the table. You've been sitting back in observation so much. You've been listening. You've been listening. You've been listening. You've been learning. You've been archiving. And what did we say earlier? Like, everything, the rules are the same across the board. So much so you have to copy, glue, and paste. And by the time you come back, there's a lot more work stacked up on your desk. You become very skillful of this. Take what resonates, because I know this message is all over the place, but this message is for somebody. Okay, plan and plant. Plan and plant. It's crazy how this is all moving, because I'm seeing this all it's all coming back, and this is off a distance. Okay, it's all coming back to the same. Okay, so plan and planting. All of this has been done. We can't even go back, as much as we talk about history and as much as we talk about where did all this start from. It's such a spiral of shit. And the reason why things are spiraling at such a high rate, RACE, but I was trying to say rate, RATE, RATE. Yes, I have to draw on the table sometime. Things are moving at such a fast rate that I've been hearing a lot lately. If you feel that things are distracting you, you are not focused enough on what you need to be focused on. A distraction only happens when there's a part of your brain that is so weak and has not been that has not been in practice well enough to perform without thinking. So if you feel distracted about anything, you need to continue to nurture that part of you that feels that it cannot perform without thinking. And that's a lot of what's going on, is that there has been so many issues brought up to that, not even brought up to surface, but been brought to online media and other sources of research. It's not even research, okay, statistical stuff, that people are finally being happy to be heard. That they are finally like, oh yeah, I had that problem. I did. Like, for instance, something else that we've learned, right? A lot of people been living with narcissism since beyond the 2000s, right? But because of the online stuff, we have now collectively got together and we're learning the actual definitions and experiences of narcissism as well as other things, right? Problems in households and, issues with kids. So people are giving more attention to actually being seen for the issues that they choose to dwell on versus dealing with the issues like I was discussing about the King Von song that was up for debate versus actually dealing with the issues of what's being hidden, the stuff that's still being hidden now due to these files that's been coming out and all the celebritants that are being knocked up off their high horses and their pedestals. You're seeing in real time people who are desperate to hold on to these people. Like, no, don't talk about the that's locked up right now, who've been doing all types of stuff, who had a trial run for 2 years and probably still is going. Yeah, definitely still will be going. Don't talk about them. I need him for me to, be able to keep the memories that I've had. People are having problems with disconnecting and detaching and departing from all these things. Things are meant to end in order to make space for new things, old ways of being have to be let go. And a lot of this stuff has to do with this right here. I said in my last reading, and I'll continue to say, and I even continue to believe, they can cut a tongue if they want to. I will continue to believe. Because I know my wisdom. If this was written by people, by men, people naturally, even myself, have ego. Now, is it a healthy ego or is it a destructive ego? And what does your ego perform for? Ego, okay? And people also run off on hope. And they want to be given hope. And they want to, so those who are sitting over there and wanting those that's locked up right now for the foul shit, wanting them to be set free, I would say more than likely that they are either abused people who miss their abusers, like pimps and hoes. Hoes be missing their pimps, right? Okay. And then, or I would say that these are pimps from the pimp ball who, need the other pimps to be out to take attention off of them because, they got a higher ranking name. And, if you do it, then I can do it. So I need to help you get out type shit. You're following what I'm saying? So there is toxic shit in the quicksand in the water. I'm not going to that right now. Moving further, so is it a plan or is what's happening in your present being planted? Everything has been planted. How is it that before online happened that all of us can say that we had the same school educational experiences, that we all ate the same lunch, that we all had the same, things that we did in the household? Well, back then, even when you had landlines, people had to pay for long distance calling, okay? You didn't get to talk to people while they were outside. 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. This is for real. Fitness. So yeah, you could take it on this broader, this big old blue ball situation. Or you can do what Spirit is telling you to do right now. You are the mechanic of your personal radius. Your personal radius has already been activated. It's saying this love and light stuff. Hide that for a bit. Just sit quiet. Observe. Realize when to speak. I remember my granddad. This man didn't speak most of my life, but when he did speak, it was quick, it was simple, it was understood, and it was heard. And you knew to listen to him because this man didn't speak. He could speak, but he didn't speak. And that's what's being asked of you right now. Like I said, I can't give you the wins, the what's, the hows, the whys, the whatever. The Spirit is saying this is not to gain dominance over something, and everybody's going to play their part. But what Spirit is saying is that if you don't evaluate this situation in your silence to see what it is actually and demand with only your actions, you are going to explode and unravel in a way that is going to make all of what you have done up to this point seem like there was a big joke being played on you. So this is not the time to yell and scream and be a passionate speaker. This is the time to pull back and really observe what it is that perceives itself to be at war with you. Watch your pace. Watch your pace and how, because we have pace, meaning, and options. Watch the pace that you observe these shoes that you are walking in, that you have walked in, that you are realizing other people have walked in. So therefore it is that you are taking your past steps and confirmation, taking your past steps and in collaboration and observing other people and their current steps, their past steps. See how all this is just seeming to be connected. And over here, call ID. Yep, we skipping straight over this because we know that it's a cover up. It's a cover up for something. And this isn't just a cover up about everything that's within your radius of personal space, but this is also asking you to cloak yourself for a period of time. Yes, I know you just want to live free. This is a part of you living free. Cloak yourself for a period of time. I don't have a time limit on it. I wish I did. Cloak yourself for a period of time and watch and let your actions speak, not your words, because the thing is that you've been using your words for so long that they're not being heard. Your words are being heard, seen like white noise. You can explain yourself to the depths of the depths of the depths of the depths of the depths. You can, and it's not going to register. People don't hear words anymore. They question actions. Oh. They question actions. And this is a point of time where it's like, ain't no more talking about it. You gotta be about it. Look at that. And look at that. Right here. On this call ID, we got, of course, the old-fashioned buttons. We got read, review, go right and left, delete. The universe is calling you into action, not into performance. You know what makes you feel safe. You know what keeps you safe. Your disorderly conduct is your words, because you know that people have stopped listening. Sense is being made, and like they're taking the sense that you make, and they're cloning it, and they're dividing it, and they're separating it like fucking quintuplets and putting them each in different homes type stuff. And what will one be without the other? Yes, they all can survive individually, but what will come from that? It's time for you to be in the forefront of leadership. Let this shit go. How the fits, how it doesn't fit. And holding things so close to your chest that you're not relieving this fitness, right? This man, this is that fucking commercial. I can't stand it. Like, they say the best time of the day is when we take off our bra. That's a lie. Chick, I don't know who you are, but I'm telling you, when I get that, it's like taking off my bra, taking off my socks. When the hell did clothes become so suffocating? And no, we do want you to continue to walk around wearing them. Please do. Please do keep your clothes on, okay? But I'm just saying, certain articles of clothing are so suffocating now. Socks are so fucking suffocating. Yes, bras hold the girls up well. They do. But when you take that thing out, honey, to relieve the pain and struggle off of your back, just a sidebar conversation. So we're saying, let it go. Resist having those conversations with people who you know can't, have an intellectual conversation with you in return. You have support. You have support. It says you're being guided to reach out to former partnerships and alliances. Okay, so there's what I say about those quintuplets, you coming back together. Pads, oval, y'all gonna be bringing back together and just collaborating in the information that you have learned while you've been out there on your individual journey. And it's time to take a leap of faith or courage. So there's a conversation that you need to have with somebody that's going to start this whole chain of reaction. And it's going to bring, okay, and it's going to bring you to see about this dark moon in the past. What is it that you come up with? So rebels, it seems that you got a lot to take care of. I love you much. Ooh, deal with this with the best calm that you got. Okay? Don't be afraid. You've gotten this far from where you used to be, where you were completely confined and you couldn't individually think for yourself. There's so much more ahead. And just like you couldn't think to the future then, don't start trying to think to the future now. You know what needs to be done. And you know you can trust your order, no matter how disorderly they want to say your conduct is. So, rebels, I love you so much. And this has definitely been useful to me as well. So go take care of you. Go make it do what you need it to do. And for anybody who feelings got hurt or triggered, I would say go evaluate those and go examine those. Because if ever you feel triggered, it's about you. It's not about me. Although I'm definitely going to play this back and see where it is that I can grow from this as well. So